Hello friends. Now I am going to discuss about policy of annexation of Dalhousie. Actually Dalhousie came to India as the Governor General in 1848. So here the sequence is in your mind now. Who was the first one? Warren Hastings. Who was the second one? Cornwallis. Who was the third one? Sir John Shaw. Who was after him? Yes, you think after Sir John Shaw who came to the power? Think I have already discussed with you. I will not discuss. After Sir John Shaw, Wellesley came to the power. So Wellesley was the biggest powerful person in those days. Thereafter, who came to the power? Lord Hastings. He was also powerful person. Thereafter, the liberal person came to the power, William Bentinck. And now the next person is Dalhousie. So Dalhousie was imperialist and reformist too, because he brought some changes in Indian administration in his time, and also he established one policy to brought Indian princely states under East India Company's control. That policy is policy of annexation. Dalhousie adopted policy of annexation was followed by 5 ways. Which 5 ways I am explaining? Annex the region by what? Okay, now you can ask me, what's the meaning of annexed? Annexed means destroy the freedom and brought other kingdom under own control is called annexation. So the first one was annex the kingdom by way of war. Second one was annex the kingdom if king die without heir. Heir means successor, his own blood son. If he has not exist, he cannot adopt any other's son and declare as his son. Right? Okay. Third way was annexation on the pretext or pre-planned words of mismanagement, means they are unable to do control or the administration of state. Next one was annex the state by reason given about not paid earlier debt. Next one was annex the kingdom by ending the namesake rule. Namesake rule means a rule of a king just for name, but actually rule is being done even by Britisher. So it was called as namesake rule, and for that rule Britishers were giving some yearly payment to the king, and actually rule was done by Britisher. Instead of that king, just his sign was being taken, nothing else. So these all different ways to bring Britishers under princely states under own control. So, by first way, who were brought in control? Punjab, the region of Sikh King Ranjit Singh, was brought in control after his death. Second one was Pegu region of today's Myanmar, and earlier it was known as part of Burma. So two regions were brought by the reason of war. Okay. Second one was the king died without successor or heir. Heir, heir, successor, right? So which kingdoms were brought? Now you remember the name. Satara, Jetpur, Jhansi, Sambalpur, Udaipur. Udaipur is not of Rajasthan, I am saying it is considered as Udaipur, but here I use the word Udaipur, is from Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Thereafter Baghat, and last Nagpur in today's Maharashtra. These all regions were brought under control by their only one given reason, that the king has no blood son. Right? Okay. Next one is annex on the pretext of mismanagement and Awadh or Ayodhya. Today's Faizabad district in Uttar Pradesh. Ayodhya is located. That region was also brought under control, and at that time the ruler was Wajid Ali Shah. He was brought under control. Okay. Thereafter, the pretext of not paid debt. The region of the Hyderabad Varad region was taken from Nizam, the friend of Britisher. He was also not given chance. 72 lakhs rupees he had to pay, and for that 72 lakhs rupees his region was already taken by Britisher. Next is the regions annexed by end of namesake rule were Karnataka and Tanjore. So now you understand one thing. So many regions were brought under control. So you can say up to his period of 7 years, 1848 to 1855, he brought almost region in India was in control of British East India Company. And before going back to his own nation, he did some reforms which even today are important in our exist India. The first reform he did, a railway line established in India between Mumbai to Thane in 1853 AD. Second reform was established wireless system between India and England to do the communication fast. The third reform is established public works department for constructions of roads and so many public constructions. The next is establishment of universities, colleges, means spread of English education was also his work in Mumbai, Madras and Kolkata. He established universities. And last, he declared some laws which were actually social impact having laws as the ban on child marriage, and second one was supported widow remarriage. For that purpose the law he established, right? So here you understand one thing, that these reforms were made by Britishers in time of Dalhousie to bring better administration in India. Right, my friends? So here we discussed about Indian brought under control of Britishers, basically in time of British East India Company. Okay, my friends?